Man, Calvin, what a lovely day it is. The sun is shining. Oh, now it's raining. Oh, man, beautiful. Wait. Do you hear that off in the distance?
What is it?
I guess it... Oh, look it. It's our favorite segue. I guess that means it's time to start the Bestest podcast.
Yay!
With your hosts, Kelvin Moomey and Brian Keeler.
That's
in the
us.
opposite order.
Yes.
I'm talking.
Every time. But, yeah, since our segue's here, where does it want us to go?
I don't know. Let's hop on and find out.
Let's go.
We must note that our segue is very special because it shares the handlebars in the middle, but it's got
Yeah, we're not that close.
two places to stand.
Yeah,
so we can...
that'd be really difficult.
It's a really dumb...
Thinking about it, it would be really difficult to share one segue. With me being quite a larger fellow.
We're both just trying to stand on the same segue. And it's like, oh boy.
Okay, well...
But it's taking us
going.
places, so here we go. Does the segue make any noise? Or is it like a quiet...
Ours does, because it has to work on magic, so it's a little louder than most other fuel sources.
I guess magic isn't too fuel efficient.
Yeah, it's not really... For one, it's not fuel efficient, and for two, it's just really a loud, fuel to burn.
Damn magic.
If you use the power of singing, it'd be a lot easier, but I don't think we want to do that.
I don't want to use the power of singing, so...
Remember Atlantis and Square Pandas?
Oh, that's right.
That's what
That's what it was.
Yeah. I heard SpongeBob's getting better right now, though. As we're on the segue, right into our first main topic.
I mean, it is possible that they want to start trying again.
Yeah, the main guy came back.
Well,
and that's part of why. From what I'm understanding, a lot of the newer episodes have a lot less, mean spirit that the old one, the middle area used to have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because what is it like right now? Just really just dumb, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't really seen any new episodes. I mean, there's definitely a lot of, stinkers in there, but I've heard there are some actually pretty good episodes that could fit into, the older episodes. There's this one, I can't remember what it was called, but basically SpongeBob mimics other people. It's kind of like the one where their face gets stuck.
Except
he's, changing into different, characters around the area, and he starts, annoying people. But the thing is, it only annoys them, but it doesn't annoy, the viewer, which is something that's very important to do if you're making something annoying. And there's a really good song in there that I actually... I genuinely enjoy that song.
I have to check that out again, because I haven't.
We gotta check that out. But wait,
it's coming to a stop. Wait, we're in front of CBS here.
Ooh,
we went all the way to Hollywood.
This
Actually,
took a
we could have
while.
already been in Hollywood. You don't know our location.
You don't know our location. You'll never know.
But we ended up in Hollywood. Ooh.
They're gonna intercept our location.
Ooh, we're on a set somewhere. For what show?
I don't know. Hey, director. Where are we? What set are we on? You're on the set of Little Sheldon, kiddos.
Wait a second. Did he just say
Little Sheldon? Oh, dude.
Let's take the segue back. Oh,
Segway.
It's gone. Segway's gone. It left us.
Man, I guess we're gonna have to talk about this one, aren't we? But yeah, so Little Sheldon's first episode came out, and
well, I gotta say one thing.
Yeesh.
I feel like I'm gonna end up watching the second episode, not because
I
think it's good, just because of how bad it was.
I want to see where it's going, because I feel like it's a little bit left off on a where's the show trying to go?
Right, and I think that part would be a little intriguing to see. Granted, it'd be giving CBS more money, but I'll probably pirate it for the...
We tried to not give them money, but we couldn't find it anywhere.
Ah, shoot, the first episode's on their website.
We couldn't do anything
I might as well,
about it.
So...
Might as well. The thing is, I don't normally like pirating things. I only pirate out of, straight necessity. If there's, literally no other way to get it, and the thing's, $80 on Amazon. For me, a lot of anime is, oh, it's on Crunchyroll, sweet. But if it's,
I don't have Crunchyroll, so... Yeah.
We could be friends, and I could let you use it if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I don't use it terribly, terribly often. I use it a lot, but I don't, use it constantly.
Well, a lot of those streaming services have it where you can use multiple accounts.
I think this one's only one, but I can, you can just ask if I'm on it or not, and I'll be like, nah, dude, you're good. You can watch some anime. Because I'm sure it'd be a lot easier for you to watch, like, anything if there wasn't commercials constantly or, like, the possibility of just eating viruses for breakfast.
I only deal with that with Hulu because I got it for $5 a month.
Oh, yeah, so college boys.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll sit through commercials for...
Commercials bug the shit out of me after dealing with things that don't have commercials. Like, after using Crunchyroll, I can't go back.
It's like, it's annoying, but sometimes... It depends on the program or, like, who broadcasts the program. Like, if you try and watch any Fox program on Hulu, it is terrible. They have, like, commercials every 5 minutes. But, like, I was watching Seinfeld, they only have, like, 2 sets of commercials. Like, that's fine. It just depends on... And what's nice is the movies don't have commercials.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And any, like, 15-minute show may only have a couple commercials at the front, so that's nice.
Yeah. But back to Little Sheldon.
Yeah, back to...
back to that shit. So...
And emphasize on the shit.
So, we're going to just talk about the entire episode. So, if you wanted to watch it, you better go watch it now. Spoiler warning, everybody, for fucking Little Sheldon. So, it starts off with Little Sheldon being like, I like trains. Trains are swell.
God, and he goes into that tangent about Newton's first law, which is just really
and
dumb.
Since trains... No. And then there's the joke about, I would have been a ticket taker or a hobo.
It's like, oh.
It's like, ha. I'm confused as to where the joke was. It's like, that's one thing about the show, is a lot of jokes don't land, but at least they don't use the laugh track.
Yes, that's
the one thing that makes it feel way better. The jokes don't land, but at least they're not trying to force it out of you.
That is one thing I do have to appreciate about modern sitcoms, because they're kind of moving on from the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
a modern
little
sitcom. Bit. Like, that is technically a modern sitcom.
Yeah.
Is that they really don't use the laugh track, and it doesn't feel like a sitcom. Like, it technically is, but the way they film it and everything, it doesn't feel like
it feels different. That's one thing about Big Bang Theory is, like, I have an admission to make. In, like, 7th or 8th grade, I liked Big Bang Theory.
I think I liked it at one point, too.
I liked it a lot at one point, and then it came back to it and I was like, this is fucking stupid. But also, that was the demographic that we were in. It was the demographic of, we like games, they like games, haha, funny. And then we just kind of figured out that, it's not funny.
Not very good.
And then, okay, so Sheldon fucks with the trains for a bit and shooting it out of a cannon and it lands back in, and there's no way they actually got that shot to work every time. Because I feel like, unless Newton's first law was that good...
Well, I'm sure if you had it figured out, you could.
It's bullshit. I don't believe in physics.
It works some way, so it's like...
Either way, he's fucking around with Newton's first law and being, like, monologue-y. And then he goes... That's the thing, is a lot of it is, like, older Sheldon talking.
Yeah, that part I don't like. I don't
like old Sheldon's voice. I don't care for the
whole thing, but yeah, his narration in there feels really...
His voice only worked well in, like, his voice is very specific.
Yeah.
He has one role he can play. Well, 2. He played the alien in Home.
Oh, yeah, he was fine.
Which he was perfect for that.
Yeah, he was
perfect for that role, because it was an obnoxious, fucking, stupid thing.
Right.
And his voice is literally that incarnate. And then, obviously, Sheldon from Big Bang, because, yay. There's a couple commercials or something. But after that, his parents call him to the dinner, or his mom calls him to the dinner table. Dinner! And he's like, haha, train. And then it's like, dinner! No, wait, and then the sister's like, I'll eat, like, not I'll eat
do something with your food, and then...
No, it was, the toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I'll put my mouth on your toothbrush, and then he runs away, and it's like, she's done it before. And it's like, fucking knee slapper. That's the one thing, is the jokes just aren't funny.
Yeah.
They're just not. But then also the characterization is weird. Like, the little sister character is just fucking, like... An ass and really almost
really
edgy.
Assy.
Like,
ooh.
It feels like she's a teenager.
Yeah, it does.
Like, she's supposed to be like a bratty teen, but she's 8.
Yeah, they're both the
like,
same age, so it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, it doesn't make sense. And then the older brother character, which I'll get back to him, is just like the typical, well, you gonna cry, baby?
Oh, yeah.
You gonna
like
fucking
the
cry?
bully you would normally see. It's like, okay.
It's like, haha, I get it. Then the dad's just fucking Southern dad. Then the mom's
like
just Southern mom.
Oh, and then they had those Christian themes in there, too.
Yeah, and he's like...
It's like, I don't mind when...
Christianity.
It's like, I don't mind when stuff like that is in a, show or whatever. I really don't, but... Yeah. It almost felt, like, weird, out of place, and forced in that,
Well,
like, it
to
felt...
be fair, like, a lot of Southern families are definitely more along those lines and do that a whole lot more often.
Right, it just felt weird the way they did it, though.
Yeah. It feels like this is supposed to be, like, a thematic piece to it.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
And then Sheldon monologues again about...
It's like, oh, she's a Christian warrior. It's like, what? What?
That's right. That I don't even have an explanation for that. But then they're like, Sheldon's gonna go to high school. And then the brother's like, fucking bullshit, dude.
I mean, I do find that an intriguing plot, which I think
like that's
is,
I feel like there is an interesting plot in here somewhere.
Yeah.
If they didn't have to base it on fucking Sheldon.
Yeah.
Like if it was about a family and their little brother going to like a higher grade level. That would be something. I feel like the show would be better
even if it didn't have the narration over it. Because then you really wouldn't associate it with Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. It
would just be his name's Little Sheldon. He has a good name.
You just kind of think it. Yeah, you kind of disassociate it. But now that you have that narration, it's like
constantly. Oh, okay. And then after that, he puts mittens on at the dinner table. Which is supposed to be his, like, I don't like my family much, and this is how I show it off physically.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a germaphobe. You're 8. Who cares? It's like...
It's not even that he's, like, a germaphobe. It's that he doesn't want to touch them.
Yeah, it's like...
More specifically, his brother. But he touches his hand 17 years later due to the invention of Purell. Ooh, that fucked up the sound waves. But, yeah, then he's gonna go to school tomorrow, and the next morning they wake up, and he can't find his bow tie.
I know, it's like, where's my bow tie? It's like, oh my god.
Where's my bow tie? I can't find my bow tie. Where's my bow tie?
I just found it really stupid in there.
Like, holy fuck, that's so annoying.
Basically, just, I guess, how smart he acted.
Yeah, and then he's just like, I can't find my bow tie. Where's my bow tie? And it's like, what the fuck is his problem? Also, if he's this smart as the show, like, shows him off to be, how does he not have, like, 8 spare bow ties?
Yeah.
For one. I feel like this guy would be like, oh no, my first bow tie's gone. Better grab my spare. Ha 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 ha. But then they wouldn't have this moment where it's like the mom comes in and it's like, Billy, give him the fucking thing. And it's like, I don't have it. And goes like ripping his room apart. And the dad's like, I took it. And it's like, what the fuck, why? And it's like, cause, dude, he's already going to high school. Why does he have to embarrass himself for? And she's like, it's not fair to Sheldon. Dump. Fuck you, give him it back. And then they go to school, and she wants it back. She takes it from the kid. Anyways, it's like, your whole point was, no, he needs it on because that's Sheldon, and it's him. He can do what he wants. And then it's like, never mind, I don't want him to have it. It's like, what the fuck was the point of all that then? If her point was like, let Sheldon be Sheldon, keep it consistent, not let Sheldon be Sheldon. Oh, wait, don't do that, I'll bring you to Radio Shack.
Oh, I know, it's like, I'll bring you to Radio Shack. And then they just had
that moment where it like, kind of
lit up, like, oh, like a heavenly, like,
Radio Shack? It's like a fucking parent saying, you want a fucking treat? Then you better behave. It's like it's all bargaining with Sheldon.
Yeah.
Which is a point that I'll get to in a little bit. But then he goes to school, makes an ass of all the teachers, and the teachers are mad about it.
This brings me back to the really smart point here, too, where he's like, oh, they're all violating the dress code. Oh, the teacher's got a mustache. It's like,
yeah.
Really? You don't have any common sense. I know you're only 8 here, but
I know you're 8 and really
you're
smart,
really
apparently.
But
you
don't have a basic sense of common sense here. It's like, really?
I guess the characterization is supposed to be that he follows the rules down to a T.
Yeah.
But I mean, they use the fact that he's an ass. They don't just make him an ass and everyone shrugs it off. So at least So at least they're trying to use it for a plot point.
So.
And then the teachers are like, "What the fuck, man? This kid sucks. I hate his guts." And then they're just like, "We're gonna take him out of school." And the mom's like, "No, you can't do it because I said so. We can't bring him to a private school
because we poor as."
Oh, that's right.
Doo-doo.
They're supposed to be poor
because there's a family conflict, or no, not family conflict. There's a
quiet argument in another room, and it's about money. And then Sheldon's like, "Do we have financial issues?" And the mom's just like, "Don't worry about that, honey." And then the girl's like, "She's lying to you." And then he's like, "Mom would never lie to me."
Oh, yeah, he does it. Mom would never lie. It's like, oh, my God.
She believes in Christianity. She's gullible, but she won't lie. I think that was the line.
That was the line, too.
She's gullible, but she won't lie to me. It's like, now that's funny. We'll take a drink at the same time so no conversation happens.
Oh, yeah. So just, you can see a visibly
so you can see a...
Yeah, there's nothing there.
And then... Oh, yeah. And then also, Sheldon's god at piano.
Oh, my God.
For some reason.
That part, I was about ready to shut it off.
That genuinely pissed me off.
I was about... It's like, you ever play piano before?
I was like,
no.
Bullshit.
Like, oh, my God.
Bullshit. There's no way. There is no way that Sheldon, not knowing anything about music, could, for one, identify notes specifically, and two, just play the piano. There's no notes on there, and he just immediately goes in.
Yeah.
He doesn't, feel out what the keys are. He just goes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you're full of shit to tell me that this kid is smart enough to just see a piano and then play it without any prior experience or even looking at the thing before. There's not notes saying, oh, this is C minor, this is D.
Yeah, and he goes off naming them, too.
Yeah,
it's like,
she's playing notes, and he's like, D minor, C, B flat, D sharp. And it's like, fuck off! You're full of shit. This is bull. If this kid is genuinely this smart to the point where he can pull shit out of thin air, he should have solved everything when he was an adult.
Yeah, I feel
this kid would have solved everything and created time travel by the time this guy was 17. This is bullshit.
It is.
That ruined everything for me. My suspension of disbelief is gone. This kid is beyond smart. The actual character of Sheldon in the, actual series is stupider than this child.
Pretty much. It's like...
There's no fucking way. There's no way. This is absurd. That just ruined it for me. That's when the show was going, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's pretty bad to...
And it shot down from there.
Off. That just made me mad. It's like, there's no way. There's no way someone is smart enough to be like, oh... I get having perfect pitch. You can use the perfect pitch thing if they're playing instruments. As a thing. K-On! Has that, where one of the main characters just happens to have perfect pitch and can just tune things really well.
Oh, right. Some people...
That's a whole different thing than being able to just know notes out of nothing. Perfect pitch is, oh, this sounds better, and this sounds correct, versus, that's D, that's B flat, that's C.
Yeah,
it's
that's
fucking no.
That takes some people years to get down in that too, and it's
some people can have a natural understanding of what sounds like the correct note, when they're tuning something.
Right.
But it's not just I can call out any note you play at me. Ugh. And then his dad. Oh yeah, and then the little brother's getting bullied in football because they're Southern, so football. And, this one kid's like, oh, it's the dumb brother, and he just fucking beats the shit out of that kid. Oh, okay. It's like, all right, you have, things to deal with. Because he just fucking blew up the second that happened. It was amazing. There was just like a good 15 seconds of a kid wailing on another kid and everyone going, stop it, stop it, stop,
yeah.
stop it, stop,
Really
stop it.
And then they had that whole dramatic scene in the locker room.
Yeah, and it's like, and then they do a joke at the end where it's not like, but what about you as my dad? And then it's, your dad's having a bad day, listen to your coach. And he walks away. That was a little funny. It felt stupid anyways. Like, it was like, that's silly. Someone genuinely was like, this is a good line, and everyone agreed. While all the other jokes were just like, joke? And they're like, sure.
Also, I gotta give credit to the actor who plays the dad. I've seen him in other stuff, and I like him as an actor.
He doesn't, like, I've noticed that one thing for sure is most of the adult characters play their characters fine.
Yeah, that is...
Like, the little sister, I mean, she's technically playing her part correctly, but I don't like her. Like, everyone's acting fine. In fact, Little Sheldon is kind of remarkable with how he has the exact same intonation as Sheldon.
Yeah, that is...
Like, that was interesting to me. I was like, they probably just had older Sheldon record the lines and let the kid listen afterwards.
Oh, yeah, listen to, speak up like that, yeah.
Like, there's something like that, because he nails it. Also, the fact that he just ditches the southern accent for a mid-Atlantic one in the beginning. He's like,
no.
This is why I decided to go for a mid-Atlantic accent, because all these fucking idiots. And it's like,
you can't just switch accents, like, well...
I mean, you can do another accent, but it's just like, oh, okay, sure, we're gonna just explain off why Sheldon sounds Midwestern, because, he just decided to be Midwestern.
What was that scene with the chicken about?
Oh, the neighbor.
Yeah. There's a weird scene
from
with
what
a
I
neighbor,
understand,
like a chicken.
So I think there's this characterization that he's scared of the outside world, probably because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Is what I'm assuming, based on it focusing on, like, cars and shit that's dangerous.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not just, like, grass, trees, and normal outside bullshit.
Right.
And he's like, he goes up, pushes us, like, there, I played. And then this, like, fat, ugly motherfucker, little child, just walks up with a chicken being like, hey there.
Because it's the South, so he's got a chicken.
Get it? South. And he walks up with the chicken and is like, hey there, Sheldon. And he's like, I don't go to your class anymore. Fuck off. Get out of here. And he's like, stick him, Bobby. Just like, chicken gawks at him. He's like,
and then he goes back and trying to read the student handbook for high school.
Like, he just reads the handbook for fun.
It's like, what?
Which I can get for his characterization, because that's how they're characterizing him right now. But also, come on, guys.
It's like, really?
This character does not feel human at all. He feels like, hey, he should be scared of the outside. Hey, he should be really, really smart. What if he had perfect pitch? Ooh, let's put that in too. It's like, they're just trying to make this kid God, and they're doing it, correct. Well, they're making the kid God correctly, but not in, like, a good way to watch.
Right.
And then they have this moment with the dad after, and he's like, you know why I got fired from my last job, Sheldon?
Yeah, they put that in there where it's like, because I did something I should, or not, I listened to, or I reported something that was wrong, and I got
fired.
So keep your head out of it, Sheldon. It's like, what?
And then he opens up to his dad afterwards.
Yeah, then he opens up. Because it's like,
he has an understanding of why his dad is the way he is. Which I kind of find to be an okay moment.
Yeah, that was
fine. That there is understanding between Sheldon and his dad then.
There's some, character development in there.
And it's
so
like, that was
kind of... did that right.
That's the thing, is I feel like they're genuinely trying.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just not doing it good.
You can definitely see that.
Like, you can feel that they are really wanting this to be good.
And that's
sometimes.
Weird. I was thinking I would, hate it completely. I think there's some,
there's some genuine, want to be good in there, I feel like. That or they're feigning it really well.
Yeah, it's like...
I can't tell if it's just them being like, hey, if we have this scene, people will think that we're trying. Or if they're like, what if we did this? Because then Sheldon could, open up to his family more.
Yeah, it's like...
And it's like, huh. Well, we know he's not going to touch his brother's hand. Because they mentioned that gag.
But
so that whole plot line is gone. There's no plot line for that. But then, here's my thing that I've noticed throughout the entire thing, and I want to mention. I think Sheldon... Here's my, my film theory for the week. I think Sheldon's supposed to have Asperger's. I think that's how they're trying to play it. Almost. Because There's a lot of shit in there. Now, I'm not trying to say this to be edgy. It's like, oh, he had autism because the movie's stupid and I hate it. But it's like, there's a lot of stuff that feels like how a family would react if a character were to have Asperger's in the family and young. And I say Asperger's and not autism because, like, people act different. Like, someone with, like, full-blown autism would not genuinely be as smart as this kid.
No.
And not saying that to be an ass.
No, that's just
trust
kinda...
me, I have Asperger's. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But, like, so the family thing. How the family reacts to Sheldon. The mom tries to give him whatever he needs and wants to try to make sure Sheldon is happy. While the dad wants him to be able to act like a human person.
Right.
The brother is upset because after Sheldon was able to talk, quote, he didn't matter anymore, and his opinion didn't count.
Oh, right. It's like, oh.
There's a lot of things in there, like his, like, very repetitive wants and desires, and his very, like, small nitpicky things that are a little bit out of, like, left field. Like how he's, like, scared of outside, and he, like, reads the book, like, religiously to try to figure out what's going on.
Right.
And how to act in this higher school environment. It's like, there's definitely some sort of, like, I don't know if this is them intentionally doing it, because I feel like this would be unintentional. Is that there's definitely some sort of, like, Asperger's-y thing, I guess, going on. Because a lot of those themes feel familiar to me, from what I'm understanding. So that's my, my film theory for the day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And it was way shorter than any other film theory ever released.
Hey, like, yep.
So, actually, this is really funny, and I want to mention it real quick before we think that the segue may be back, because we finished the episode. Oh, wait, he went to Radio Shack afterwards, after the...
Oh, was there an after-credit scene?
I don't think it was after credits. There was a really short bit where he's like, Radio Shack, and he walks into Radio Shack, and that's it.
Yeah, because isn't Radio Shack out of business?
I don't think it's out of business. I just think nobody...
I thought
They could be. Hell if I know. But either way, it's set older, so it's...
I was going to say, Radio Shack is not doing well, though.
At the very least, it's not doing well. But, yeah, so... What the fuck was I going to mention? Oh, yeah. Matt Pat did a funny meme on, his channel.
Oh, boy.
And... Film theory, a lot of people have been asking for one video for a really long time, and it was the third part of the Doctor Who thing. Oh. And a lot of people are like, ooh, I want that. Who. Hey, Doctor Who is pretty good.
I've seen a couple, I don't know, I hear the fan base is really bad.
Well,
from what I've
there's
heard,
a lot of bad fan bases.
Granted, I'm not judging the whole show on the fan base. That's why.
There's just some bad fan base.
I've seen a couple episodes. I just never got into it.
So listen, if you've been a part of either the JoJo fandom or the Steven Universe fandom, you know a bad fandom. Not to say the JoJo fandom is bad. It's just really, really memey. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's just dang full of memes. Like, it's not bad until people are constantly like, hot duang, and they pose like 8 times sequentially. And it's like, okay, guy, go relax. I mean, I would make the occasional reference, but I wouldn't be fucking like crazy about it. The show's good anyways. You all should watch it with my Crunchyroll link. I wish I had a Crunchyroll link. Crunchyroll, sponsor us, please. Please, I love you guys. I'll do anything. I'll suck dick for that sponsor. Because we need a sponsor at the beginning. That's like a podcast staple.
He'll head over to Crunchyroll right now. It's like everybody's.
Never mind, I'll suck Verve's dick. Verve is a bigger deal apparently. Verve is like Crunchyroll and Funimation working together, so it has everything. No, I just haven't gotten it yet because I don't know the price and I'm scared. Anyways, so he posted a meme, and it was like the turning back meme, the like cheating.
Oh yeah,
the cheating one.
Yep.
And it was all other content, and then the girl beside him was the part 3 for Doctor Who. And I'm like, you don't even fucking care about your job, do you? You think this is just a game? It's like, this is your job. Don't joke about your job.
Oh, I'm
like
sure
that.
he's got plenty of money and people aren't going to care
duh.
anyway.
It's just like, if I was a content creator, which I guess I am, and people were like, man, make this thing. You should really make it because I really enjoy your content, and you make it regular. I'm a criminal!
Why do you have an alarm set for 9:45? By the way, it's midnight. That was not midnight.
It's 9 p.m.
Yeah, why do you have an alarm set for midnight, idiot?
Western time
geez.
in France. Everyone cover it up.
It's midnight.
You can't even know what
time
time we record. You'll figure us out. We'll say it's morning at 9:45, and you'll find our exact location in a minute and a half. They'll listen
for like audio spikes from around the world at 9:45. It's like very faint.
They'll figure us out.
Somebody's in the military, so they just got a drone flying over waiting for that. Ooh.
Yeah, as we record right now, we come out the door, and there's just a drone. It's like, they found us. I don't know how, but they found us.
God.
Run.
Help us all.
But it's like, if you make content like that, and people are like, I want this, and you walk up and go, haha, funny meme about the thing that you want, basically saying, fuck off, I'm not making it. It's like, wow, you're an asshole. But it makes sense if you're like if you didn't promise it, and then went, funny, it'd be like, okay, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, at the end of the second one, I didn't see any of these, but you know at the second one, he was like, next time we're going to cover these things in part 3. Thanks for watching.
When did he release the other 2 parts?
Film Theory. Like forever ago.
Okay, so
like probably 8 or 10 months ago.
Gee.
Yeah, it's like, he's working.
Yeah, sure.
Working on his stuff.
He's got to get that YouTube Red original content out, right?
He already did that.
Doesn't he do more? Or is that...
Does he do more? I don't know. I feel like he already did his episodes. I think he did his dues.
Granted, I do forget that it's like season based, so yeah, he's probably done with that.
No. Either way, it's like, come on, guy. Get it together. Because a lot of his content is just really bloated now, I feel. Like, if he released, like, the same stuff... Oh, and then he mocks everyone for thinking that the old content was good in one of his newer episodes, too. It's like, you're just an ass, aren't you? You cry one day about everyone being mean to you because you gave a game to the Pope. And then the next day you're like, fuck off, my old content was trash, and so are you for liking it.
Game to the Pope, was this Undertale thing?
Yeah, that was the whole...
What happened with that?
Okay,
I am out of the loop on a lot of the new game theory stuff, because I kind of stopped with...
So, the whole Undertale thing, this happened, like, a year and a half ago, probably.
Oh, yeah.
A while ago. And he gave, like, a bunch of people were selected to, like, talk and meet up with the Pope. And, like, give him stuff. And I think it was, like, YouTubers and shit. I'm not sure if it was just YouTubers or if it was just, like, large celebrities. And he was, like, the representative for America or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he went and he gave him Undertale. Because the game was about, like, peace and friendship and whatever.
I was going to say, that does make sense.
Like, it makes
sense.
His thing made sense. And he made a video about why. And that video made sense. People were just like, that's stupid. Why would you give a Pope Undertale? He's not even going to play it. You stupid ass. And it's like, obviously it's meant to be a metaphorical thing. Da-da-da-da-da. And then he, like, just cries about it for, like, half an episode one day.
It's like, I don't
He's like, you guys are just really, like... I try so hard for you guys, and... And it's playing constantly, like, it's constantly looping sad music in the background. It's like, come the fuck on, guy. And then he comes out like this, being like, fuck you for wanting this. Haha, you think my old content was good? You're an idiot. It's like, come the fuck on, dude. Like, I get that you are definitely business side of YouTube, and you understand that super well.
Oh, yeah, he's big in the business.
Like, he knows how to make money, and that feels like what he's doing now.
Maybe he's just trying to take his YouTube channel because he knows it's soon going to be all just, like,
I feel like he wouldn't do that.
No, but...
Like, even I wouldn't.
No.
Like, even I wouldn't be like, let's tank this shit, turn it to the ground. I mean, no one's going to view this, but...
PewDiePie tries to do that.
I don't think he's trying to either. I think he's just kind of like, fuck it, whatever I upload gets points anyways.
Pretty much I'll get a bunch of money for anything I upload.
So he'll make a video, upload it, and sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the video is.
He doesn't even have to upload anymore, and he'll make so much fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
Just off of old views. It's easy. We won't make any money off views because we already got yellowed on our last thing.
And we can't get 1,000 views per day unless you guys want to help with that.
Hey, you guys want to give us 1,000 views per day so we can appeal our fucking...
Does it work like if you hit refresh, it'll get...
I don't think so.
Or is it like account based?
I'm not sure. It's probably more account based than anything.
Yeah.
Either way, that'd be just a silly thing to do. Okay, so where's the segue? We talked about the thing by now, and we rambled for like
we rambled
10
on the whole
minutes
thing.
on.
We can't. Maybe we can pool our magic together to make the segue come back.
We can summon the segue. All right,
summon the segue.
Let's put our hands together. Together. We're actually doing it. I know that people fake it sometimes, but we're actually...
No, we are. We are.
We genuinely are. You can't prove it, but we mean it.
Would you look at that?
Huh?
Look at, do you see that off in the distance?
I do. They made it. They bust through the... He made it...
Wait, that looks like a moped.
Oh, it's just...
Did we do it wrong?
We didn't summon enough magic, did we?
We didn't do enough. We got the magical moped instead.
Damn it. Damn it. Should we just use it?
Why
we just
not?
take it?
Yeah, I'm not waiting for this segue to get back. Let's go.
The segue's taking a while. All right, hop aboard.
Ooh.
And then... Wow, magic really makes the sound on this one crazy. All right, here we go. So where do you think we're gonna go this time? Where do you think we're gonna?
Looks like we're gonna head to a theater here. Ooh.
Whoa,
we're at a
we made
theater.
It. We're at a theater. I wonder what we're gonna see.
Ooh, it's like 2 letters. Oh, it's that
2 letters.
It's
and
it's been out already, and we're still talking about it. And
hey, I just saw it recently, so I think it's only fair for us to talk about it now.
Wait, is it a movie about the calculators?
Oh yes, the TI stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, that movie was... Oh, wait, it's flipping around. It was actually on a little revolving door, so we got it mixed up. It's revolving, and it's It.
Whoa.
It's the movie It.
We're going to be talking about the wonderful movie and the wonderful book, because they're both good.
Yeah. Where you fight a turtle and the other things happen.
It's not a direct relation, but okay.
Wasn't there a turtle thing in the book?
Well, I'm at the very end of it still. I still haven't finished it because
you're still reading it.
For anybody who doesn't know, that book is 1,100 pages. Okay.
It's huge.
Oh my god,
I could never imagine reading or writing that many.
It's just
because you don't read a lot at a time. I don't feel.
Oh my god.
It's a big book. But
definitely worth it though. Definitely a really good book to check out.
So I saw the the mic fell over. How'd you like that, everybody? Some ASMR for you. Yeah. That's gonna be great going back in and listening to it and just hearing. Okay, so I saw it on Tuesday, and it was a good movie. I liked it. So it covers the child half of the story, from what I understand.
Yes, basically that's what.
Well, it did because I saw it.
And one of the it kind of cuts this time. It has that was beautiful. No, it has to take place in 1984 versus 1956, where part 2 is just gonna be more like 2017. Type.
Oh, they bumped the time up.
Yeah, it's bumped up.
Oh, cool. That makes sense. So everyone's gonna have dank iPods and be dabbing in the new It in It Chapter 2.
Yeah, boy.
Nice. So now we're gonna talk about It. So spoilers. This is the spoiler episode.
This whole spoiler episode.
This is a spoiler episode. If you've seen Little Sheldon and It, you're allowed to stay. But yeah. So the movie was cool. It starts off with the whole Georgie thing. And one thing I noticed is Georgie's boat's fake. I guarantee it. That's a fake boat.
Well, yeah.
I feel like it moves too fluidly to be.
Yeah, because you really can't
actually
guarantee
in it. And I feel like the kid's splashing directly next to it, and it's not affecting it at all.
Yeah, but you can't really.
It's not a big I don't
say it's
it's fine. It's not a big deal. And then he gets to the thing, and we see It for the first time, and by It I mean Pennywise. Yep. I hate when people constantly call him It, even when they've read the thing. I mean, it's definitely faster, because you're not gonna go Pennywise the Dancing Clown every single time you mention him.
Right.
But I'm gonna call him Mr. P, if I can actually remember to keep using that. But Mr. P shows up, and God, I love this version of Pennywise. I really do.
He's
like the old one's cool, but this one is just creepier in like the best ways. I really like him.
Yeah, they did put a lot. And one thing I do appreciate about the movie is there's a lot of detail in it. Just in general of like everything everything they covered and everything in it. Yeah. I know one of the main differences comes like right away. Because, in the movie, Georgie kind of disappears, like, into the sewer.
Yeah.
No, in the book, he just kind of died right out in the street with his arm ripped off.
Oh, really?
Brought the body, I think, right up to the door and said, "Hey, your kid died."
Hey, your kid died.
He's dead.
Huh, I didn't know that. That's
and that, like, actually just changes almost all the motivations, because in the movie, you see Bill trying to find him.
Yeah.
But they don't really set out to try and kill Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
Until like halfway through the book, after a bunch of they're just kind of together, but then I think after they all almost get killed by him, after Pennywise tries to kill him and they get brought together, that's when they go to try and kill him instead of the motivation for it right away, which it makes sense because you can't.
Well, I feel like at the very beginning they're just like, where did Georgia go?
Right, that wasn't any of the motivations right away in the...
Yeah.
It was just kind of them, hey, we're together.
Yeah. I liked a lot of the... Like, that's one thing that I heard that Stephen King's really good at, is introducing characters fast. Yeah. And you understand their deal real quick, and they established that really well in this movie. Like, you understood the main 7, like, within the first 20. And it didn't feel like how Sing did it. Remember?
I didn't watch Sing.
You didn't see Sing.
It's on Netflix.
But it's basically, there was a short clip of one of them existing, and then it would, like, zip around the city to the next thing. I mean, in terms of, like, artistic, like, vibes, it's pretty interesting, but it wasn't...
It isn't the best.
It was really jarring more than anything. Well, this one was a lot more fluid in how everyone was introduced. Like, the 3 friends were introduced as a pair, and it was, yeah. And the girl was introduced. The girls were mean to the girl. Why do people do that? Did that not happen in the book?
No. Like, she wasn't... I don't think that's, like, the girls...
She wasn't watered on?
It was just kind of... Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, just a bunch of little subtle differences.
And then there was, like, the fat kid. And then, like, they go around and they get Pennywise a lot.
Yeah,
basically.
Like, hey, we see him. Oh, no.
And that's the thing, though, is, like, I know that you said Pennywise has a lot more forms in the book, but a lot of the forms that Pennywise takes in this one were really kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I liked when the fat boy... I don't remember any of the names of the characters, so if you are willing to throw it in...
The fat boy is Ben.
Ben, that's right. So when Ben, like, goes down into the, or, like, follows the balloon down into the thing, it's like... And then the spooky Morphe lady comes out. Was that the one? Or am I thinking of a different person?
I think so.
Was it the Morphe, like, weird, elongated head one painting?
No, that was Stan.
No, that's right, that was the other one. The Jew. We're going to refer to him as the Jew. Or we're going to refer to him as Kyle. Am I right, fellas? Jokes. What showed up for him? I can't remember.
I think it was kids, because it was based on the Ironworks explosion.
It was the, like, eggs that led him, and then it was the kid without a head.
That's what happened in the town.
And it scared him around, and then Pennywise got spooked.
Yeah, there was a whole, like, big Easter egg hunt back.
Yeah, there were surprisingly repeatedly large deaths of children every 27 years.
It wasn't just children, though. Like, the Ironworks explosion was just a lot of kids.
A lot of,
hey, it blew up. Oh, a lot of kids died. That's unfortunate.
SpaghettiOs.
Well, move on, sweep it under the rug.
Anyways. But yeah. Then, like, there was a lot of specific scares that were, like, cool to me. Like, the You'll Float 2 thing with, the main character in the basement. That was, like, spooky as fuck. I loved that. I loved that one. Like, that's one thing, is the movie was definitely scary, aside from the jump scares, too.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot.
It was good for that. There was a lot of good scares. I was sitting there
right away in that first scene with Georgie, and I just remember sitting there, it's like, I know what happens, but it's like...
I know what happens, but this is spooky as fuck.
It's like, I just don't want
Like, I knew that the kid was screwed, I knew that this kid was
like,
screwed right
I just
away.
don't want it to happen.
But goddamn,
Oh.
it's like this was intense.
There was a lot of. I did like that.
One thing that I have now coined the Pennywise surge is I hate it, but in like the scary type of way. Like it feels like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare, and I hate it. Because it's it darts at the screen.
I think that's.
They're like I don't mind them. They just scare me specifically because I hate those types of jump scares.
I actually like those types of scares a lot better than like people just going the same old route of just have it jump in front of the camera. You know, like when it comes at you versus
I agree. It's not like I hate it because
jump it on the camera or something. It's like
I don't think it's like a bad type. I'm just thinking it scares me the most. Like he's moving so jankily and he's charging straight at you. Like, no. And watching it at a theater is like, fuck.
Yeah.
You are very big, sir. Like, that's the thing, is Pennywise in, like, a charge mode is fucking creepy. And I love it. Like, it's really scary and it's super cool like that. And then they did it with, the long girl with the Jew, too.
Oh, yeah.
They did a couple of those with some of the forms.
Yeah.
But a lot of the creepiest ones are when he's just standing there.
Yeah.
Like, when Pennywise, Mr. P, is just standing there and looking at the kid, and the kid's just like...
just gonna move on.
Like
what
when
are you talking about at the house specifically?
Like at the house,
yeah, with
like
the
outside with the balloons. Yeah.
And then the leper attacks him.
Fuck. Yeah, that was.
I was like
that was not that scary to me, but I feel like that's because zombies are pretty normalized now, so it's not as creepy of a design.
I know
it's not.
Mentioned, it's not. It wasn't.
It's not a zombie. It's a leper, which is a different thing. But because he's really scared of like getting sick. So that makes sense.
Yeah, his mom's a very big, very protective in the book, and that really comes into play. It's like, ooh.
And they do probably some of that, but not
all
of that.
They do a little bit. They don't go into it as much.
Like how the pills are basically fake, and they don't do anything.
Yeah, that's a whole scene.
Yeah. But that's one thing too. Is every character has some sort of like big issue. Which is interesting, and I really like that.
And I thought they represented that well in the movie, because that does come up in the book. Like, Bill has the obvious death of his brother.
Death of the brother.
Ben, because he's like, oh, I know what to say.
Ben's a fatty.
That comes up a lot in the book too, of why Henry attacked him, and just stuff like that. Like,
Henry's Ben is fucking crazy. We'll get on that in a second.
But, I know. Yeah, Bev, dad was abusive. Even
abusive.
A little slap.
A little more than just abusive, though. I think there's a little bit of a sexually abusive vibes in there, too.
Yeah.
Which is creepy.
And then Eddie, his mom, was a real big freak and really protective.
Like, overly protective, probably for, like, a genuine reason to her.
Yeah, because, obviously, Eddie didn't have a dad, and, Eddie...
Yeah, there's no dad scene, so there's probably an explanation of that.
And then it's like,
spoiler!
Ooh.
But yeah. There's that. Then
there's
Stan the Jew.
Stan was just really just afraid. He's just somebody who was just really afraid.
Generally, and you could definitely kind of tell that in the movie. Yeah. Because he's always the one that's like, I don't want to do that.
Richie sometimes felt like he didn't fit in. I know, because he did a lot of his voice impressions and stuff like that, and he was kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, he was just trying to get in there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like everyone had something, which was interesting to me.
Everybody fought their own battles, which was
which was cool, and that's like how Pennywise works.
Mike,
so it's really nice.
Everybody's racist. Well, a lot of people are racist,
but they were like genuinely racist in this movie. It wasn't like someone being all SJW. It was like, no, these people are literally like, I'm going to fucking kill you, black boy. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, slow down, yeesh.
In the book, when it goes into detail of, like, the history of dairy and everything... Yeah, they don't like black people.
They also don't like...
They don't like, homosexuals either.
Yeah. We can't say the word because we're probably going to get even more yellow than we're already gonna get.
Yeah.
But they do say it in the movie, which I thought was, like, fair. Like, I'm sure people are like, they said the word. But... That's probably, like, that is the time period when they would just call someone that outright.
Yeah. It was like...
people call people that now, but it's a whole different thing. People aren't like, haha, bleh. and like everyone's like, ha, yeah. Now someone's like, ha, and then everyone's like, dude, the hell, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe now. And I thought that was a little thing that some people wouldn't bother doing, but they did, and that was kind of cool.
That is like the one thing I sometimes don't like about even like maybe TV shows. You don't see it much though,
Yeah.
which I'm not calling it out as like when they try to really just water things down, especially when it's something
like sometimes
designed around it.
Probably when it's around it, it's like, come on, guys,
It's like,
come on.
Really?
Like if you're talking about race issues in the early 1900s, you can't not use the N-word.
Yeah.
Because people would just say it. Because that's just what they would say.
That's why I always.
It's not just like, oh, they said it and it was really bad. Yeah, it's really bad now, but it wasn't bad then, so they're gonna just say it. They don't care.
That's why I always appreciate films
thing.
like Django Unchained or something.
When they would just say it.
Yeah, where it's like in every sentence in the entire movie, and it's like, yep.
It's like, ooh, I'm afraid to say it because it'll be bad. It's like,
I just remember that, sitting in the theater going to watch Django Unchained. I've never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie, and I sit there, and right away they say the N-word. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
That's the N-word.
And then they used it again.
And then
by the end of it, it was like,
oh, yeah.
I've never heard it used so many times in my life.
But it was due to the time period.
Oh, yeah, it was accurate. And
like, even in, like, Blazing Saddles, they use it, like, one time, and it was for comedic effect, but it was still time period accurate, so it made sense.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just, they did it for pure shock value. I mean, it was shock value, technically.
But it was shock value worked.
Because that was the time period, and no one has referred to him as such yet.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh. Yeah, so that was cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then can we talk about Henry for a minute? Because Henry's fucking crazy. I'm sure he's probably more crazy in the book.
Oh,
almost.
I can get into that in a second.
But like carving his name into fucking Bob or Bill, whatever the fuck his name was. Ben. Yeah. It's like, and even his friends are like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, that was.
His friends are even scared of him.
Like that was like a point in the book where I was like genuinely shocked at that too. I'm like, holy shit!
Fuck,
like,
dude.
Whoa.
I'm gonna try. Like,
it was like, geez.
He's like, I'm gonna carve my whole name into him.
It's like yeah.
What the fuck? Chill out, dude. It's like genuinely, oh my god, dude. like there's no reason why Pennywise wouldn't team up with him. It's like, this kid is like my boy. This kid cool.
There were just like pure moments like that in the book too. I know when we heard it sitting in the theater, some people were like screamed out, like, "Oh no!" when he was about to pick up the cat and like shoot it or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's nothing, boy.
It's like even I was like, the cat's your problem. I was like, no, not the kitty in my head, but I was like, I mean, if he did, I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, though, like
he didn't in the end, which was nice. But I mean, I wouldn't have been like, whoa, he actually shot the cat. I can't believe it. If he did,
like I know in the book, Henry was the one responsible for breaking Eddie's arm. It wasn't Pennywise.
Oh, really?
You know that, but that had to do with after they had that whole rock fight and everything. But then, after that, Henry chased him down. Oh, he like crammed rocks in his mouth, like making him spit out blood and everything. Then like kind of broke his arm and left him to lay there on the street. Yeah. And then there was even a point where like leading up to the whole rock fight, where like they were chasing Mike down with like M80s and that, almost like trying to. Yeah, at that point he was pissed at him.
M80's a gun, right? I'm not crazy.
No, like
what's an M80? Oh, that's a
very explosive fire.
Yeah.
Almost.
I was trying to remember.
At that point, like trying to kill him.
Yeah.
There are points where Henry was gonna kill him.
It's like, this kid is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, this kid is fucked.
Yeah, he was trying to kill him, and I know just one weird thing here. He was even responsible for first of all, his family owned a farm, Henry's family. So, and they've had some successful years, but a lot of the times they blamed it on Mike and like his parents and that who were like down the road.
The sheep farmers, them.
No,
who am I thinking of?
Kinda. I think it said that Mike's parents were like dead in the film.
They were dead.
No, they're not in the.
Oh.
But yeah, he kind of blames them, and because they're black, that is why he blames them.
Silly
so then
black.
Henry hates Mike because he's black, and then it gets into
Yeah.
how he sat there and chained his dog up to a fence, fed him like poison, and watched him slowly die out. Was just sitting there with his dog. He's like, haha, you're dying. He's like, oh no.
Haha, dog, you are die. He's like,
why,
dog?
Oh god, that's not pleasant at all.
Yeah, and then he stabs his dad in the neck because Pennywise is like, do it, bet you won't, nerd. But yeah, like Pennywise recruiting him made the most sense, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like
that was genuinely creepy to me. It's like, Pennywise isn't just doing shit on his own. If he finds someone he likes, he'll work with the guy. It's like, what the hell?
One other thing to note, Henry doesn't die in the book either. Like, I
yeah,
know he falls down the well, that whole thing.
It was really interesting watching him ragdoll.
Yeah, it was.
That was funny. Almost.
But he comes back to try and stop him the second time in 1985. Yeah, when they're adults. Which, well, that's when Pennywise calls him back to try and stop him. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's something neat.
But yeah, then they all get what was her name? The girl gets like blooded through the thing, through the pipes.
Oh yeah.
Which for some reason I thought like there was a different scene there. I thought there was the like the face melting and like peeling off the face, but I'm probably thinking of something else. Some other movie. I thought that was what was going to happen, but it was actually a blood thing, which was cool. And also, just the dad walking in and not seeing any of it was like,
that was really shocking too when the bugler was like, oh shit.
I love the cleaning montage. He's just like, all right. He's like, I can't leave it like this. And then just,
yeah, they just all
everyone just cleans it. And it's like, yeah, they're just literally wiping up blood and just having a good old time. It's like, what the fuck? It was kind of like, there was a lot of funny stuff in that movie.
There was, yeah.
Which was nice. I could appreciate the humors. Because I feel like if it was all scares, it would have just been really, really scary. But I appreciated when it was like, there's some light moments.
Because it does center around kids. It's like, it's just the nature of the whole thing. And I appreciated that the kids
swore. Because I'm sure that's how it was in the book, for one. And for two, let's be honest.
Yeah, what
kids didn't
swear around when they're
for one around that time, for two in general.
Yeah.
Like really though. Like I even did a swear as a child. As a child I mean like 5th grade past. Like cuz wouldn't you? I mean unless you're like of the type of family that's like nobody swears.
Right.
It's like if you're around swearing, you're probably going to swear. It's not a big deal, everybody. Everybody relax. Don't do it in front of your parents, because then you're just going to get in trouble.
That's when it leads to bad consequences.
That's when you're going to get in trouble, mister. But, yeah, Pennywise, like, gets them all super spooked for, like, the last time, and then they all eventually met up, and we're like, okay, guys, we need to deal with this thing, because we don't know what's going on. And then they do the whole, slideshow thing.
Yeah, that was
cool. Slideshow was that was a really creepy scene. I liked that scene a lot.
I was gonna say I like that one better than the book version, because in the book they just kind of looked around a photo album and the pictures kind of came to life in that. But
this way, I
like this way better with the whole slideshow thing. That was
because then it just started moving faster and faster, and it just became like a movie thing. And then just giant Pennywise. Yeah. That was fucking creepy. Like, it's just like a giant bear, but it's Pennywise and just chugging around the area. And then they just open the door and then just poof. Because, like, they all would have died then and there if it weren't for them opening that door. Like, really, though. Like, that's when they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We need to do something about this. Then they go to try to do something about it, and to variable success.
Yeah, variable.
They're like, okay, so we heard it, but also kid arm broke, and we're all fucking terrified.
Yeah, it's like, oof.
We're all very spooked. And then the mom's like, you can't have my son! And then takes the son. And then the other, I think, was it the Jew kid? Or was it the different kid? He's like, I'm done, I'm done. I can't. And he leaves. And then they're just like, oh. And then a little later,
that was a big character defining moment too when they're in the house in the book is where Stan kind of wanted to wimp out and just like leave, but Bill had to kind of stand up and like take charge as like the leader of them and like almost
he didn't even stutter once.
Almost beat on him to say you're stay, you know,
yeah,
kind of. Not like where he abused him, say, stay, and like almost die.
You need to be here.
No, he kind of brought him back down into the, we're in this together. We have to be in this together.
Right. And also, I would have thought, well, if I'm separate, Pennywise is just going to get me. Like, that was my... Like, that's how he does it. He usually splits them up.
Yeah.
So, if I was just already pre-split up, I feel like I'd just be like, well, I'm just going to die now. Cool. But then, I keep thinking Gwen, and that's not her name. Bev. It's Bev. And then Bev's dad, for that scene, like, she tries to leave to meet up with the guys, and that doesn't work out.
No, it doesn't. She kind of kills him.
Oopsie poopsie. But to be fair,
killed my father.
Father was attacking. Reacted pretty fairly. And then the thing that scared the theater the most, I didn't even jump at. Was like when she turned around and Pennywise just grabs her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I felt like this is what's going to happen now. Like, I didn't genuinely expect it, but I felt it in my bones that there was going to be a spook there. So I didn't even flinch. Like, there were definitely parts where I was like, shit. But that was not one of them. But it was for everybody else in the theater, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
And then, Bill is like, they got Bev. Jesus Christ. Penny got Bev. Dog. My homie Rizzles, Bev.
Yeah.
And then they all, like, go and try to get Bev. And then, my boy Henry shows up, and he tries to take out, the guy, and he gets, fallen.
Yeah, he falls.
He fall down. Oops. I tripped. Tripped all the way down.
Yeah.
I think the most beautiful thing was the ragdoll.
Yeah. One second.
You fingered at me.
I gotta take a break. I gotta pee.
He's gotta pee, everybody. 1 second. Bum, bum, ba, dum, bum, bum. Brian's coming back. Ooh, ah. Here comes the rap. Buy our single on Amazon.
I was like starting to lose focus too. I'm like, oh my god, I have to
Why didn't you go pee earlier?
I did, but it was like
obviously not enough. All right, so we're back.
We're good.
Yeah.
To it. Yeah, where were we?
Back to it. But then, and then I think it was Jew on Stan. He gets like separated from the group again, and his
like face just gets mutilated there. It was like, yeesh.
Yeah, the like spooky thing like biting on him real good. It's like the kid's dead, isn't he? And then he wasn't dead, but he was fucking broken.
One thing that's interesting to note, I know, the scars kind of go away, specifically from Pennywise. Not like Ben's like H from Henry or anything, but you know, like from Penny or anything that happened to them.
The what from Henry?
Like the H carved on his chest. Yeah. But like anything that happened, you know, like probably Stan with like the scar, probably left scars on his face or something. Yeah. Like they went away when they were older. But then they come back when they all started to meet together again. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, they just started coming back, like, these scars they received.
Really?
So, yeah.
Spoilers for the second movie now.
That's just something to note that'd be weird, interesting to see.
They probably will. I don't see why they wouldn't. But, yeah, and then they fight Pennywise. Yeah. That was actually a really cool scene.
That was like, a cool scene.
So, like, they get the girl back, and then Ben just kisses her, and it works. And I found that really, like, funny. It was, like, kind of silly, but it was like, you know what, I can appreciate that type of silliness at this moment. Because everyone's just like, what the fuck? Why, like, he kisses her, and I was like, whoa! And then she comes back, and everyone's like, whoa! Yeah. Like, that genuinely did something. I am amazed. And then it's Georgie. And Georgie's talking to Bill. And Bill's like going along with it. And I'm like, you can't fucking be serious, Bill. Come on, man. No, it's... And then he pulls out the thing. But you're not Georgie.
But then, hey, it's like, character development. Ooh, you got past his issues.
And shot Georgie in the fucking head. And he just laid there. And I'm just like...
It actually was him. Just like,
if it was actually Georgie, And everyone's just standing there, and it just continues to stay as Georgie. I'm like, oh, oh, whoops, my bad, everybody. That was actually Georgie. But then, where all of the budget went happens, and Pennywise wriggle emerges out of Georgie's body.
Yeah.
Thing, that was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
That looked awesome. Like, everything was wriggling and, like, expanding and...
Yeah, that was cool.
It was like, whoa! This looks awesome! And then he comes up, and he's peeved. He's peeved. He's like, I'm gonna kill you kids. I'm gonna kill y'all. And then they, like, fight him for a bit, and then he gets a hold of Bill. And then they're like... And then Pennywise is like, alright, I'll take the kid and I'll leave. You guys cool? And everyone's like... No, except for one. Who was it that was like, fuck it, let him die?
I don't... Oh, no, like Bill was like, hey...
No, he was like, let me die, just leave. I'm the one who did this. And then one guy's like, yeah, you did do all this, didn't you?
Richie, probably. The more comedian of the...
No, I think it was the guy who got his face bit.
Stan? Oh, yeah.
I think it was.
Possibly.
But he's like, yeah, you did, actually. Yeah, you know what? Do it. And then he's like, no, don't. He's like, I can't believe you guys actually agreed with me. You guys are dicks. And then they fought him a lot. And it was cool because he'd like be changing shit mid-battle.
Yeah.
And it looked like, super cool. Like, this is where the budget went, and it was amazing.
Yeah. And
then he leaves in the hole. And they're like, all right, so I think... Like, it just immediately goes from he left in the hole to above ground. And, like, all right, so I think he was dead. But if he's not, we should, like, meet up again because that'd be a good idea.
Right.
But, like, I know there's something else that goes in there. And they obviously weren't going to put it in the movie. You know the one.
From what I know, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you haven't read that part yet?
No.
But, yeah, there's the little,
apparently there's a sex scene, so
probably a decent sized one, unless they just kind of skip it through with every guy. But that was an interesting little thing that they definitely left out and didn't insinuate happened.
Did you actually look it up, like the scene itself, or did you just go based off the one guy's Twitter response?
I didn't go... What Twitter response?
Somebody made a Twitter... Never mind.
He was like, where's the sex scene? Says the man.
No, that's something... Never mind.
Okay. But, yeah, from what I understand, there is that in the actual book. And that's interesting, to say the least. I'm not like, oh, blasphemy, I can't believe this done happened.
I guess
it
really
makes
wouldn't
sense,
feel the most out of place.
But it definitely feels out of character for the girl in a way.
It wouldn't...
Because she's definitely like, I am not a slut. And then she's like, but I will this.
I guess like, if it does happen in the book, I guess it wouldn't feel out of place because I know they developed a lot of the...
She does feel a little flirty with the guys.
They develop a lot more of the... They go into more detail of, emotions and feelings for each other. I know, stuff like that. You just see that a lot more.
Yeah.
So I guess it wouldn't feel out of place.
A lot of people freak out a lot about that scene, though. Or that, concept of the scene.
I mean, it's like... It's
fiction,
like, I definitely... So you can't... So it's
get it. But also, it's not like it never happened before, in that sort of sense. That's like... There is underage sex of that age group. It happens.
Yeah, it does.
And there is a, it's not like she's just like, oh, well, guess we'll fuck. It's like, we are together, and we beat this fucking demon thing.
An unkillable demon.
It's and we're all together in this moment. And you know what? I just want to fuck. And you know what happens? But yeah, and then they all cut their hands, and I'm like, remember...
They part ways.
Yeah, and remember the thing where they were like, oh, yeah, AIDS, right? In, the middle of the movie, and they all cut their hands and share their blood, and I'm like, AIDS, right? That's the whole thing I was thinking during that entire bit. As a funny, if the one kid that was all germaphobe was like, yeah, AIDS, right?
Right.
And then they're just like, oh, shit. Why didn't we just use spit like everybody else? We just had to be extra sharp with it. And then they all part ways, and then it meet, before even the credits starts, it's, chapter 1.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, right away they just let you know.
For people who don't know what.
Yeah, it's like, I knew there was going to be something, and definitely based on the money, they're definitely making another one.
Well,
it is the highest
I think this was something that was already
they
before,
definitely planned it, because otherwise they wouldn't have separated it the way they did.
I really appreciate that type of sequel, other than it made a lot of money, let's make another one.
No, they were planning on making a sequel, for sure.
They knew that they were doing that, And
then they make another sequel where they're just old people, and they come back, and they kill them again.
This time they kill him for, good. It's
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they kill him for good, the second time, but it'd be funny if they kind of killed him the second time, and then they come again when they're, fucking 60s.
And then
they're all 60-year-olds, and they're just like...
I'd say their kids would come back and have to kill him, but they don't...
But they definitely don't live in Derry.
They actually can't have kids.
Oh.
It's one of the weird... It was... explained in the book, there's a bunch of weird coincidences specifically with those 6. It's first of all, they all have jobs in something that there's not a very proficient field for. I know Bill's a writer, a really successful writer.
Oh, well,
Richie's a radio show host. I know Ben is a very successful architect. Bev is very successful in her own clothing line.
Yeah.
Eddie is really rich in being a chauffeur for a bunch of actors in that. Stan was a very big, a huge accountant. Like said, and the only one
Stan the accountant because he's a Jew. Now that's funny.
Oh, the only one who didn't make it rich or anything was Mike, because he stayed in Derry.
Georgie.
Yeah, really, because he stayed in Derry and he never moved out. But
that's right.
And they just coincidentally, between the 6 of them, never had kids. That's just they always tried, but none of them could have kids.
Everybody's sterile. That's interesting.
And by the way, spoiler alert, don't get too attached to Stan for part 2.
Oh.
He kind of takes the easy way out right away.
Damn it, Stan.
He kind of...
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
He goes down the tracks, not across them.
He goes down the tracks. But yeah, it was a good movie. I really liked it. A lot of the visuals were really cool.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was well made. A lot of little, like I said, the little details in there too.
I really liked it. Yeah.
They even had a mural of one of the shootings that happened in Derry when Ben was sitting there bleeding. He's ouch.
Sitting there bleeding like a fool.
It's ooh. There was a lot. It was good.
There was a lot and it was good. So, are we going to wrap up now, or do you have another topic in mind?
I don't have any other topic.
I have a topic that I can spin. Should we talk about Hugh Hefner dead? We don't have anything to say about that,
I was going to say, all I know about him, it's kind of sad that he's dead, but he did have a big influence on a lot. He wasn't he wasn't just a really sexist
really sexy
Playboy
party dude.
No, he did a lot of shit if of Playboy the magazine, that's where a lot of writers even got their start. I know Isaac one of them, Isaac Asimov, had a couple short stories in Playboy that were popular. Playboy wasn't just a sex magazine.
Sexy tits.
They actually ran articles and stuff, and I find that just really neat. That was it wasn't just a
thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just porn. It was porn with substance. Ayy. But yeah, it's Huh.
In a way,
I just heard about it a couple days ago that he died, and I was oh.
In a way,
already.
In a way, he took advantage of the medium of oh man, all these men are gonna buy this, and used
used it to actually make stuff with it, which is kind of cool. It's weird though, when he, if you look at him when he was young, he's not a bad looking guy.
No,
he just got old eventually, like anybody else would, and he's just I'm old with also women.
Yeah, well, living to 91.
Was he really 91?
I think so.
Wow.
Well, it's ooh, let's
lived for a while too. Holy crap!
Apparently, surround yourself by tits all the time, and you'll live a long life.
Well, I better watch more anime. I'll live to be 107, fueled by anime pitties. Well, we actually talked about that, so we'll just leave that in.
Yeah, we did. Oh, I did see a kind of funny cartoon about it, too, a one-panel cartoon. Oh, yeah? It's him up in heaven, he's sitting there at the gates of heaven, it's welcome to heaven. Are you kidding? I just left there.
They just left there.
And I found that
just really great.
funny.
I love that.
Also, there's one minor thing I want to talk about.
A minor thing?
It is. We record this on Friday, and you could probably figure out the date we recorded this. You can figure out
our location now.
I went out to Target this morning and bought one of the SNES minis.
Oh,
and I gotta give props to Target, like a little clap here. They did a really good job with it.
They apparently had a lot.
Well, I think they had over 30 of them at the Target I went to.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't just that. When I got there, everybody was waiting in line. It was fine. They handed out tickets beforehand. Pretty much everybody who was there got one.
Nice.
But instead of like having you go all the way back to the store, go all the way to the front,
they just had them right up front.
Yeah, they literally brought their whole stock of them right up to the front.
Sweet.
They just handed you one. You checked out with it and went. It was like,
oh, that's really easy.
Yeah, it was just all right up front.
That's cool, actually. If I had money, I would have gotten one, but I don't have the money.
From what I heard from other people who like went to places like even Best Buy or Walmart, that it was not good.
I'm sure GameStop was great.
Where it was like 2 or 3, people were buying 2 or 3 each, and scalpers and all that stuff. It was like Target did the really well the drill. With that.
And I'm sure GameStop had none.
Yeah,
GameStop had none. They only had the pre-order ones.
I felt bad because I got out of there like 8:15 from Target too. Like that's how quick it was.
Yeah.
And there were people waiting at GameStop for when it opened at like 10.
Yeah, there's a GameStop right down the way because it's it's like Target, some other stores.
Yeah, it's in the same plaza.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, if you just went right down the road, the Target right there.
Gotten it, dude.
Like people showed up right at 8 and I think still got one.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't get one now, but
yeah, they're probably all gone now.
If you showed up, you got one, which was really well
and I'm sure that like maybe 4 people, if even, got one from GameStop that didn't pre-order.
Yeah,
it's like no fun there.
Yeah, I think they had like 37 of them, so I was like, wow.
There's a lot of games on there that I'd really like to play, but I just don't have
money for there's so many more that I think is better than the NES Mini, because it's like, hey, I already played Super Mario Brothers, I've already played
these
Metroid,
games.
Legend of Zelda, but I haven't beaten Link to the Past, or something like Secret of Mana or something like that. It's like,
and there's save states, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
So you can just save state, and you can also like revert in your save state, like you can go back a minute.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
And it even has stuff like Super Castlevania and like Contra and that too.
Yeah,
which those Contra are games like I've really wanted to play. Where it's like,
I like Contra 3. Contra 3 is cool.
Contra 3 is good.
And they have Mega Man X, and Mega Man X is good.
It's like
they've got like everything. Like they picked the best games on that console. So now we just gotta wait for the 64 mini.
Then we'll get to the point where they got a GameCube mini.
They're probably not. No, they're probably stopping at N64. If I had to guess, because I couldn't see them going like past that before they're like. It's like, oh come on. Now, like at that point, they'd be like, "No, we're not gonna spend it's gonna cost too much to make for 1 and for 2."
Oh yeah, you got.
It's gonna
be like. I don't
even
know if they would do an N64.
Well, the thing is, the chip has been found to be able to play up to that level of game, so they probably will, because it's just the same chip every time.
Like I kind of know what they would put on it, but at the same time, I know a lot of the more popular games were also like third-party ones too. Well, and I'm not talking like there are third-party games out here, but I'm talking like
Rare,
Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know, one of the more popular.
I feel like they'd be able to get those though.
Right.
I feel like it's possible.
Like I know they could do Donkey Kong 64 because it's technically a Nintendo IP. Probably like Diddy Kong Racing or something, but there's
But if they can't get like Banjo-Kazooie in that, it's probably gonna be pretty lacking.
You could probably put
if they can't get the Rare games, they're gonna be missing some stuff.
And how would you do it with 4 people? 4 controllers.
More plugs.
Would you? No shit, but.
Thanks.
Would you put 4 of them in a package, or only have it come with 2 and like sell them separately? Or would you just say
they'd probably have Smash Bros?
Would you just say screw it and have it so you the port for the controller is only an N64 controller port instead of the ones they use for this one, like the NES? So
that'd be interesting.
People can use their controllers on the.
That would be interesting. I don't think they. That's the thing is because the original NES had just 1. Or the NES Classic originally just had 1, and the SNES Classic has 2 packaged in.
Yeah.
So would they do 4? I'm not sure.
Right. I just feel like not douchey, but I feel like if you...
I feel like they should.
Yeah, you don't want to make people buy 2 more controllers or 3 more controllers for a
especially
throwback
if they
console. It's
cost a bit. They are big like the controllers are properly sized, thank God. It's only the console that's small.
Yeah, it'd only be the console.
It'd be really annoying if the controllers were smaller too, because I could not play the NES Classic. The NES controller is already really small for me. I could not imagine.
The NES Classic was the same size, I thought.
No, I mean the controller. Like the NES controller is already small.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it
I don't mind
smaller.
that. My hands are smaller, so I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Mine can't handle it.
They're not, actually.
We're the same.
It's about the same.
I'm just not good at small controllers. Like the Joy-Con.
I don't mind.
Like a single Joy-Con is like, oh, this is little.
See, I'm fine with that. I can.
I guess it's just that I'm obese. Basically.
Well, those were some good topics. Hey, look at our Segway came back.
Finally,
it's actually
Jesus
our
Christ.
Segway. And not
It's
the
actually
moped.
the Segway, not the moped. Oh, I think our Segway's a little upset about the moped thing.
Oh, that we used summoned the wrong one. Well, maybe you should have been here, you stupid Segway.
God damn it.
Eh.
Oh wait, no, wait, Segway. I'm sorry. Come back, Segway.
Oh no.
I guess.
Well,
we're stuck here for now.
Next week we're gonna have to figure out how to get our Segway
back. So thanks for watching. If
yes,
you did.
Sorry about with me today. I've been kind of sick lately, so if I've been sniffling and all that stuff, but
if you like him,
sorry about that.
If you don't like him sniffling like a little behouch, write a mean word in the comments.
Just one word, though.
One mean word.
Not a sentence, not a phrase, just one
That
word.
way we'll know that you made it all the way to the end, too.
Yeah.
Because you sent one mean word instead of none like everyone else did. To be fair, our thing wasn't very clickable.
And
I'm still working on designing
And
stuff.
if you have any thoughts about what we should do or anything we can do to improve this or anything,
tell
please.
us how to improve.
We are open for feedback. We are trash and we know it. So
we are not
anything
game theory.
is appreciated.
We are not Matt Pat. We'll take your criticism.
Yeah. Thank you, and we're signing off.
Good night,
San Diego.
San Diego. Turn it off.